What's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome to Manny's Corner. Normally it's GHET-TO Sports. This is Manny's Corner, our second episode. How you doing? Now we're talking about today the chase. It's a chase over. Are you chasing that person? Or that person is chasing you? That's the question we're throwing out there. Sometimes in the beginning, the chase is fun. Everyone wants to be wanted. Everyone wants to be pursued and everything. Just understand, do not let yourself get wrapped up in the chase. Do not get lost in the controversy, the action. Make sure that person is worthy of your time. Sometimes you chasing somebody that don't want you to chase them. They chasing somebody else. Or they're chasing their own demons. And they can't see the kindness that's in your heart. But as we go on, most guys are like, I'm too old right now to be chasing anyone. See my status in life, see what I got going on. Do I need to chase anyone? People should be chasing me. That's a good way to think about things. You know, man or woman. But you got to make sure that person is worthy of your time. Okay? Do not go out there and try to spend this and do this for that person and live above your means. Because remember, when you finally get that person and you spent all this time and this money and you really don't live that way, you got to keep up that image. And if you can't, the relationship is over with. How do you think some of these big time marriages end? You know, even with athletes. Because they're spending what they think they're making. But then when they stop playing and they keep on spending like they was, that money's not coming in anymore, they go broke. Just like a relationship. Okay? If you're trying to kick it with someone and whining and dining them, and you finally capture them, then all of a sudden you want them to make you a home cooked meal. Or just spend some time chilling out at home. They're like, what the hell is this? Well, you're supposed to be going out. You're supposed to be taking them to a restaurant and things like that. See, it's how you got them. It's how you might have to keep them. You got to show them, or they got to show you, the different steps to keep each other. Because if you're chasing someone the wrong way, you don't get them the wrong way, then it's going to end up bad at the end. Remember, Pac-Man chased Mrs. Pac-Man. So there's always a chase. It's always the game. So make sure the game, you're worthy of the game and you know how to play by the rules. Sometimes, you got to go out there and test the waters and all that. Instead of spending this and that on them, maybe you, either man or woman, cook them a home-cooked meal. Then you say, Manny, I don't know how to cook. I'm a guy. Most great chefs are guys. Okay? I'm going to give you a little hint what I do sometimes. Okay? I might go out, and I know a nice restaurant, this and that has takeout. I might go there early, get some takeout, bring it home, put it in the pan, this and that, add a little something to it to jazz it up. When the young lady comes over, Manny just did a lot of cooking. Not that much, but I did some cooking. See? Then we would sit down, have some wine, have a good conversation, talk, lovely evening. Okay? Didn't have to go to the club. Didn't have to go to a restaurant. I brought it to me. Same thing you could do. And with most guys of a young lady, if a guy's pursuing you and he knows that you're the one, you might could burn some chicken and he might eat it. That's how you know he really wants you. If he can eat your bad cooking and don't complain and smile at you and have that conversation over the table, he might be the one, ladies. He might be that one. So sometimes, you got to test the water, see what it is. It's not about spending the money all the time. Okay? That's why, like I said, fast money doesn't last long. Fast chasing doesn't last long. Sometimes you got to slow it down. Take it slow, okay? See what's going on. Cook a meal. If you really can't cook a meal, have someone cook the meal for you, but present it the right way, or learn how to cook. But take it slow. You don't always have to be out in the crowd in the midst of everyone to have a good time. Sometimes you can have a good time just with yourselves. But Manny, I don't want to be, I'm tired of chasing. I understand that. I understand you're tired of chasing. Okay? I know you're getting older. You don't want to pursue all the time. It's tiring. Okay? All right? It's tiring. You don't want to do that all the time. But sometimes you want to go out there and see if that person's worthy enough for you. See? Sometimes a good man is out there and a woman that just bypass him due to the fact that she's not used to having someone good in her life. She's been dogged out most of her life. And when she finally gets a good man, she loses it. She loses him because she don't know how to treat him. So, and same thing with a guy. You might have a good woman, but you still gonna go after that girl in the club, because you think her body and this and that is all that. But you got a good girl at home and you're not with her. Or this girl that shows interest in you, you bypass, you don't see it right away. Sometimes you gotta take your shades off, look them in the eye, and say, "Oh, how you doing?" Sometimes you gotta do that. Sometimes a person is worth the chase. Like I said, the chase is fun in the beginning. The back and forth, the here and there, the phone calls, the text messages. But when it starts getting one-sided, okay, when you call someone, but they don't call you, then when y'all finally do connect, it's like, "Oh, I thought you didn't want to talk to me, so I didn't hear from you." It works both ways. Why they didn't call you? Why are you doing all the calling? They gonna talk to you when you finally call them, but why they couldn't reach out to you? You don't have to always be the one that reaches out. Remember that. It got to be a two-way street in relationships. So, gentlemen, I'm trying to talk to y'all. Don't try to impress, wine, and dine and don't get a dime out of it. Okay? Make sure that queen is worthy to be called that queen. And queens, make sure that guy is a king. All guys are not kings. Some of us are peasants. Some of us are peasants. Okay? And sometimes you can't change a peasant into a king. All right, they always say something like you can't make a hoe into a housewife. Sometimes you can't make a peasant into a king. Some guys think they're all this and all that. They are all about the street, but sometimes you just need somebody there for you to bring home the bacon and everything like that. Somebody to be in your corner. Love is not just all this emotion. Sometimes love is that understanding of what you have for this person and that person. So make sure you understand that. Make sure you try to sit down and communicate. Okay? Sometimes it doesn't go your way. Try to look at things on their perspective instead of yours. Okay? I remember I told a young man told me his girl called him selfish because he told her, "Oh, baby, I just want you. I just want to be with you." And she don't understand. "Oh, you just trying to be selfish. You just want me. You just want sex, this and that." He's like, "No, you don't understand. I just want to be with you. If I just wanted sex, I could go out and get me another girl, a side piece." You got to understand that when a man really wants you and is just obsessed with you all the time, and you keep on pushing him away, guess what? You might be pushing him to someone else. Okay? So understand that. Sometimes a man wants to be pursued, but sometimes a man wants to be embraced also. So make sure you give him that affection that he needs, or he might find it elsewhere because you pushed him away too many times, and all of a sudden the interest is gone, and he loses that interest in you.